Being a parent is a tough job, especially during the pandemic. Juggling between house chores, entertaining kids, maintaining their schedule, and work from home. Can you imagine what this would be for parents of children with special needs? Hi, welcome to Up Now Conversations. I am Pearl Gunter. Today we'll be speaking to two amazing people, one a doctor and another a parent, both of them serving children with special needs. Let's talk to Dr. Srilakshmi Pingali. Dr. Srilakshmi is a consultant psychiatrist at Roshni Counseling Center in Hyderabad. Doctor, thank you so much for joining us at Up Now Conversations. It's wonderful to have you on our show today.
Thank you. Thank you for the invite.
Most of us are thinking about, the COVID-19, its effects and things like that. Very often, we only think of what is more obvious. So we're thinking about the elderly, we're thinking about our work, how do we work from home, and about our food and things like that. Children are often neglected. In
Correct.
fact, children with special needs or with disabilities, they're even more neglected. What are
Yeah.
they going through? How do we understand them?
So, for the sake of this talk, let's call them children with special needs. And if you want a strict textbook definition, maybe that would include children with mental retardation. It'll include children with autism. It'll include children with special learning disabilities or language disabilities. But apart from this, there are also a host of children who suffer from anxiety disorders, who suffer from mental illnesses like obsessive compulsive disorders, who suffer from a condition called attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. Apart from the so called normal child, these are children who need a little more focus from the parents, from the teachers, and society at large. They need special education classes apart from a normal school. They need a routine in their daily lives which cannot be disrupted, otherwise, it leads to a lot of behavioral issues. You have people who need time and space, you large open spaces to go walk and play, which is now restricted. Children with ADHD have so much energy in them, they want to run around and play all the time, which they cannot do now. So these are the children who are definitely getting affected due to the lockdown.
So, how do we help them, ma'am?
First step in the parents steps to take care would be to help them to understand in age appropriate, mental age appropriate ways. So if it's a very small child that you're dealing with, either physically or a mentally small child, you do it in terms of pictures or in the form of storytelling, which makes it very much easier. An elder child who that does understand what is happening, you can demonstrate how you wash your hands, how you put on your mask, how much distance you should be maintaining from your neighbor. This can be actually play acted in the house so that they are used to it and it becomes a kind of a game even when they go out and easily applicable for them.
What are the things that parents can do to engage with the children at this point?
See, this is a special time where children are neither on a holiday nor is it school time. So this kind of creates a confusion in their minds. So maintaining a routine is absolutely essential for such children. So by this, what happens is they have the comfort of structure. They know that this is coming next and no surprises are being going to be sprung on me. For example, a child with autism, you cannot change the routine of a structure of a child who has autism. He will throw a tantrum. The life of the parents is going to get very difficult. So maintaining that routine makes a lot of difference. So, however, I also want to reiterate that this is a time like no other. So every time we should not be, the parent should not be on the tenterhooks that what next, what next, what next. Routine with flexibility is always good. And in that routine, we should not forget that these are children who also need their me time. See, when most of these children with special needs, what happens is most of them go to normal schools and then they're immediately shuttled to some special education classes where they have to learn these skills. Okay. So it is very hectic for such children. They're running around from to speech therapy, to occupational therapy, to remedial classes. So this is a time where these pressures are not there. You can entirely focus on the special needs. If a
Mhm.
child has learning disability, we now completely focus on teaching remedial education without the additional pressure of schoolwork. Similarly, if you have a child who has mental retardation, for example, and doesn't have too many skills, right? This is the time to teach the child small skills. How to button up your shirt, how to brush your teeth. Normal times we will not have such time. So small skills can absolutely be taught at this time. And physical activity is a must for every child. So let it be age appropriate, let it be according to the interest of the child. The child can run around in the house, the child can skip, the child can dance, the child can hop, you can do it along with the child. So that way, the excess energy that they have tends to get dissipated.
But there are many others who are not able to cope with this 24-hour attention that they need to give. Are there any avenues where they can seek help? Please tell us how Roshni is helping children with special needs.
I belong to an organization called Roshni Counseling Center situated in Begumpet, where we have a special wing for called the Roshni Child Guidance Clinic. So there we have special educators and parenting experts. So what they're doing is reaching out to all the children who are already registered with us and who are already helping. They're now doing online classes. So they teach them exercises online. They teach them even the special classes where their writing disabilities or their hyperactivity, what they could do, attention increasing activities. Most of this could be also done online. So what they're doing is helping the child, training the parent, and together we are managing the best in the situation. But for the parents to cope, I think take advice from everybody, but understand that you're also a human being, which we often forget. So even an airplane tells you that when the oxygen is less, put your mask on first and then help the child. So you need to de-stress first before you help the child. Sharing of responsibility between parents is very important. If the earlier only the mother was a caregiver, now since daddy is working from home, the work has to be shared with daddy also. And similarly, elder siblings are also there who can now be used to help them. So the child with special needs follows the elder brother or sister, and they keep learning how to do the task. And neighbors should extend help whenever required. So because sometimes, see, when this child is taken out for a checkup or in a hospital or in a flight, they are asked to put on masks and they are asked to put on gloves and things like that. It's very difficult for the child, and the child is going to throw a tantrum in most cases. So it is the neighbor, it is a next door co-passenger who has to be patient and understand that this child is reacting to the same stress but in a much more different way. So our patience and our support is very essential.
Ma'am, I personally want to salute you and your team for what you're doing wonderfully with the increase in calls that are coming in, with the increase in the need for counseling. But you all have been there helping and supporting. We just pray a blessing over you and your team. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Here is a frontliner who's holding the fort at home. Let's speak to Mrs. Kirti Chakoti, a businesswoman and a mother to Anugrah. How are you coping during this lockdown period?
Anugrah is doing a lot of things which he loves to do, and if the school is busy, he would not have time to do all that. One is he wakes up in the morning, goes for exercise upstairs, taking time to clean the house. He's exploring even into cooking, and he loves to dance. And he has every day 1 hour of studies.
Anugrah is actually, I think, blessed having parents like you that understand his needs and able to facilitate it.
Most of the challenging children are all self-learners. They observe and learn. So the environment should be friendly enough for them to explore how they want to learn. So that's one thing I make sure I give my son every chance to learn on his own.
Do you miss your school?
Yes.
What do you want to tell your friends?
I look like and give.
Thank you so much for your time, Anugrah. I love talking to you. As I speak with you, I'm reminded of some of my friends who are frontliners at home and with children who have special needs. Let's make time to call them up and engage with them. Tell them that you care and be a support to them. If you need support, don't shy, but ask for help. Help from experts like the Roshni Counseling Center or other similar help centers. And also reach out to your extended family, friends, and neighbors. And don't forget to have your me time. At Up Now, we believe in bringing wholeness to a child. Come continue the conversations. Comment on this post, share this video with your friends, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Until next time, this is Palganta from Up Now. Nayi Sonj, Naya Jeevan.